TV.
Good evening and welcome to West Talk. Today is December the 10th and we've got another special holiday themed episode for you today. We're going to be speaking to two guests who have special Christmas things on the go. They're both going to be joining us virtually for some great discussions. So we're going to get right into it. Our first guest on the line today, joining us from St. John's, is somebody we've all known and loved and watched on television for the last number of years. Known best for her role in Codco. This hour has 22 minutes, hatching, matching, and dispatching. We are speaking with Miss Mary Walsh. And then right after that, we'll be speaking to our friend Max Pittman from the other side of the country. Let's get this episode started with Miss Mary Walsh. And now, joining us virtually online is our first guest for this episode. And we're very fortunate to have on the line renowned Newfoundland sketch comic actress and writer, Miss Mary Walsh. Mary, can you hear us? Are you with us?
Yes, I can hear you really well. Perfectly, actually.
Awesome. First of all, Mary, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, early, but yeah, almost. People have their stuff up here earlier this year than usual because it's just been raining and, pretty grim. So the lights really help. It just, picks up the whole, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're out here in a winter wonderland, Mary, and people are starting to get really excited in Western Newfoundland for Christmas time. And so we thought it would be really cool to chat with you because you're going to be coming through our area very soon and for a special screening of a holiday film that you produced a few years back with some other beloved Newfoundlanders. And so right off the top, are you able to give us just a quick synopsis of the film and the event happening in Corner Brook?
A Christmas Fury came out of Hatching, Matching, and Dispatching, which was a short-lived series that we did for the CBC back in 2006, starring, Mark McKinney, Johnny Harris, Susan Kent, Sherry White, Joel Thomas Hines, Sean Majumdar, myself, and Rick Boland, who we've sadly lost. And Rick, of course, was from curling. But so the Christmas Fury, it's, the old unto them a child was born, and a child came into the world and started a new life for the world. So the Furies are sort of this family who has a funeral parlor, a wedding hall, and an ambulance service. Mamie Lou Fury, who's sort of the matriarch of this whole business and of the family, they all still live in, is at the end of her rope, and she doesn't want to go on, and she's tired of Christmas, and she's tired of everything. And one of the children, Sherry White, who's a Westerner too from Stephenville, brilliant. But anyway, Sherry and Mark McKinney get this thing where they think that they should be the people who take over the business, and they don't have a child, so they want to get a child. So they end up getting a foster child who's Nevaeh, who's, extremely difficult, constantly setting fires, and she crashes all the ambulance and the hearse and the car into the nativity scene, the giant nativity scene they have. And she's nothing but trouble. And, she's had a very troubled background. And Mamie Lou herself grew up in foster care. And so somehow or other that her heart opens to Nevaeh. And anyway, in the end, just like the original Christmas story, a child was born, came into their life and changed their lives entirely.
Yeah, just like the original Christmas story, it all starts with somebody being up the stump, and it goes on from there. And, I just had another look at this film again, just as a little reminder. For me, the show, Hatching, Matching, Dispatching, was always particularly enjoyable for me because I grew up in a family of morticians and embalmers, right? Everybody in my family was in the funeral business, and my grandfather took care of the cemetery forever. And so a lot of the little moments in the show I found particularly hilarious, and even have lived a few of those. So that was fun to relive in watching the film again. Another thing was just having this reminder of my God, there's some amount of hilarious Newfoundland sketch comics and actors, and like this film in particular, and that show. I mean, it was just everybody, and I don't know, like, is there? I'm sure this is maybe a question that people have asked you in different press around the country and stuff. But what is it about just this Newfoundland, sense of humor, and how do you, as like a writer and an actress, navigate that in a way? Because you're presenting this Newfoundland, these Newfoundland characters to the world. Like, how do you translate, I guess, this sense of humor that we all know Newfoundlanders kind of have? It's just ingrained in us. How do you translate that into film like this?
Well, I mean, when we were writing, it's like there's hatching, matching, and dispatching is slightly darker. But with the Christmas movie, in order for it to, appeal in a broader way, we wanted there to be that, that notion that's like Scrooge becomes a better person at Christmas. That Christmas brings with it a whole bunch of goodwill and peace and all that. So, in order to appeal to not just people from away, but for us too, we kind of softened our approach a little, so that there'd be a happy ending and stuff like that. But with hatching, I'm not sure there were that many happy endings. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't find English humor. I get Australian humor. I don't have to know every word that they're saying. It's funny. English humor, I don't know half the places they're talking about,
Right.
But I don't care because it's funny. And so, I mean, I think comedy is kind of a universal language, and
Yeah.
so unless you're doing, and even satire, I went to see an Iannucci play in London when I was there last year. And um, I didn't even know who the people were in government. He was making fun of the way that the British government had gotten through COVID, but it was just funny, and it was very, very wordy and stuff like that. But it was funny.
I think
So I
that's
think
that's
that
a good
there's that. It's
comparison.
not. Yeah, we always went in Codco. If it made us laugh, then even though it'd be a month or even 2 months between when we came up with the idea and it actually went on stage, by the time it got on stage, you'd be well sick of it, not laughing at all. But you'd have to remember, did we laugh? Did we all laugh at this at the beginning? And then that was a pretty good indication, because we're just human beings, and that other human beings like us would also laugh.
Yeah, I think and I apologize for sort of the very long, expanded question, but you nailed it. And what I was, I guess, trying to ask is how you take these things that as Newfoundlanders sometimes we find funny, which are sort of dark things, and the Newfoundland humor is sometimes a little sharp and pointed and, a little more insulty than
Yeah.
complimenty in that way.
Yeah.
And so,
What's wrong with you, Bob? I'm only giving you a hard time. Well, I
exactly.
think that is what's wrong with me. You are giving me a hard time.
So I just really love that. And again, just really taken back by, and it made me wonder as well about even 22 minutes. Like, how is it by design that all the entire hilarious cast was mostly Newfoundlanders? Like,
Well,
is
yes.
that
I mean, it was my idea, 22 minutes. I walked down the street. Rick Mercer and Gerald Lund still lived here then on Freshwater Road. And I said, I've got this idea. I've taken it to Michael Donovan. He says we might get a chance. If we did do it, would you do it? Then I went just down on Pennywell Road here to Kathy Jones and said, Kath, would you do this? She said, no, I'm not interested in the news. It makes me sick. I went, yes, perfect. You're perfect for the
yeah.
show. We asked Greg Toomey, who's one of the funniest people in the world. So, it's by design for sure. Like, I put together the first team. Michael Donovan put together a brilliant team of the brilliant Halifax team of producers and shooters and sound and so it was. But we brought the raw talent, because we didn't have writers at the beginning. We used to just write all our own stuff, and so we brought all that from here over to the Halifax studio.
Wow. Okay. So it is by design.
Yeah.
I think it obviously worked out for the best. To me, in the back of my head, I always just thought, well, if it was a meritocracy and you were casting and looking for the funniest people in Canada, you're going to end up with a cast of Newfoundlanders anyway.
Yes.
So,
You know, we did have a producer, it was after I left, I think, who hated Newfoundland and Newfoundlanders and really was against having Newfoundlanders on, which was really a dreadful mistake. Things went quite awry during that. But, you know, he just didn't like the idea. He didn't like Newfoundlanders. I think we may have given him a hard time, and then that was what was wrong with them. We were giving him a hard time. But, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mary, listen, you know, you're somebody, just to let you know, you're somebody that my brain right now is on fire because I want to ask you 10 million questions. I want to do like a 5-hour podcast with you, but we have about 3 minutes left. Another time. If we can now, so we've got this holiday film, it's coming to town, you're coming with it, and for everybody who comes out and fills up this Rotary Arts Center and enjoys this movie together, at the end there's also going to be like a Q&A, and you'll be there available to
and
discuss
Mary
with the
Sexton,
audience.
who's the co-producer of
And
it,
Mary.
will be there. And Mary's got people up on the Northwest Coast, you know, up in Rocky Harbor and stuff like that. Like, I hope they manage to get down. Is the weather very blowy and snowy now, or?
It's a little snowy, but it's not crazy. It's nice.
Okay.
The roads are still
Yeah.
passable at this point.
Okay, so good. So I hope people get down from up there, Mary's sister, and et cetera. Yeah, so me and Mary Sexton will be there to answer questions and to, you know, hang out for a while after we see the movie.
Amazing. And I just got the light from our producer. So just in the last moments here of this interview, if it's okay, can you just tell us what are some of your favorite aspects of getting to celebrate Christmas time in Newfoundland, or what things about Christmas in Newfoundland have stood out to you over the years as kind of uniquely Newfoundland things, for whether it's drinks or food or entertainment or any of it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, the mummers and stuff like that, but we didn't, I grew up in St. John, so we didn't have them. Just that, I guess what is, you know, and I guess it's changing, but when I was growing up, people just came in. I mean, you know, it was very busy at Christmas. Everybody just dropped in because Christmas, and people did that during the year, but Christmas particularly, it would be, you know, just a time when every house was open and open to people dropping in and all that. And so that was good. And keeping the 12 days of Christmas, which is unheard of in the rest of the country. But here we don't take down the Christmas tree till the 6th, you know, and Old Christmas Day, the Feast of the Epiphany, and keeping the 12 days of Christmas so that in essence, there is a Christmas season. And they say that in the old days, everybody would have their wood chopped, all the food in, everything ready to go. And then you would, from having worked like a dog all summer and fall, and then you would just absolutely stop when Christmas came. And so, you know, I try to do that too, but it's hard. It's really hard these days, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you just described is really like my memory of Christmas in Newfoundland. But definitely I can even recognize that is sort of changing a little bit. And so hopefully this Christmas time, all Newfoundlanders think about that and remember to go visit their friends and loved ones and drop in and try to keep this Newfoundland tradition alive. Mary, thank you so much for taking a few moments. We're looking forward to seeing you at the Rotary Arts Center, and it's on the 18th, correct?
The 18th, and I think it's 7:30 if it isn't 7, but maybe you can figure it, you know.
We shall confirm and include that detail in the wrap of this episode.
Okay.
And, thank you so much, Mary. We look forward to seeing you at the Rotary Arts Center on the 18th. Have a great evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Really enjoyed the interview. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and that was our special guest, Mary Walsh. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our next guest on the line from British Columbia. Stay tuned. All right, now joining us on the line all the way from the other side of the country, a good friend of the station. You know him as Western Newfoundland's master of festivities and holiday cheer and good time fundraising, Mr. Max Pittman. Max, thanks for joining us today from BC, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Max, now pretty well every single holiday or major event, you and your team of volunteers find some way to take advantage of that holiday to create an opportunity to raise funds and awareness for various causes. Lots of feel-good stuff from your Halloween haunted houses and beyond to your Christmas events. we wanted to chat with you today so you can give us the scoop of the things that you're organizing, that you're managing to organize all the way from British Columbia, still have your tentacles into the volunteer sphere here in Corner Brook. So I wanted to ask you, first of all, about the Season of Giving campaign that you have on the go. I know you and your team have been really busy with this, and I think we saw you at the Santa Claus Parade last weekend. So get into that for us.
Yeah, for sure. So this year, unfortunately, as a lot of people are aware, we weren't able to do our haunted house due to venue complications, but they've already been resolved, and we're coming back better than ever next year. We've already confirmed everything, and everything's going perfectly well with that. But to kind of make up for that, we wanted to really expand on our holiday, our winter holiday event season. So we decided to go with something that we're calling our Season of Giving. So that's a combination of events hosted by other people that we're participating in or supporting. And then us as well, we are hosting a bunch of events ourselves. So this past weekend, as you mentioned, we were in the Corner Brook Kinsman Parade as well as the Massey Drive Parade. And then this coming Saturday at 3 p.m., we are going to be headed downtown Corner Brook to join in the Mummers Parade as well. And for that Mummers Parade, the city will be collecting food item donations, and we'll be kind of supporting them in collecting those food items from the people watching the parade.
Can I just jump in real quick, Max? Have they done this Mummers Parade in the past? Is this a new thing? Do you have any details on that?
Yeah, so this is a brand new event. Glenda Sims is doing incredible work, bringing the Newfoundland culture back to our community, and really displaying it. And I'm actually really excited. Unfortunately, I won't be there, which I'm really upset about. I wish I was. But I will definitely be enjoying it from over here. I've already told all of my friends on this side of the country all about Mummers and all about the Mummers Parade. So hopefully I can get them hooked on it too, and we'll enjoy it from this side of the country. But it's definitely an interesting story to tell them about, and a really beautiful part of our culture that I like to share.
Absolutely, and you'll be wearing your pillowcase on your head and your rubber boots in solidarity over there in BC for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and so basically your volunteers will be out as mummers part of the parade, but you will be collecting food as well for the food bank at that time.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So if you see us, we're all going to be wearing our Holidays for Hope volunteer shirts over our over the top mummers outfits. So if you see us, we'll be collecting food item donations with the city of Corner Brook.
Wicked. And also I understand now, in keeping with the house type theme, right? You guys have this crazy ability to take a residential house and turn it into like a festive dream world, whether it's, the Halloween thing, we've all seen what you can do there, but explain to us the holiday house and what that's about and what type of people will absolutely love going to this holiday house.
Yeah, for sure. So our holiday house is kind of drew inspiration from our haunted house, as we've seen that our walkthrough style haunted house has done really well, and everyone's really enjoyed it, and it really got everyone amped for Halloween and really excited for that holiday. So we kind of wanted to bring that energy and do a more holiday, like a winter holiday style event with that idea. So we actually transformed, once again, my mother is going to kill me, but she loves it, so hopefully it's okay. I kind of transformed my house, completely taking it over once again, and we turned it into a holiday house. So similar to the haunted house, it's going to be a walkthrough style event, as I already mentioned. So we've decorated every single room, to the extreme. It looks like a Hallmark Channel TV set. So it's quite out there. It's quite over the top, but it's truly beautiful, and has all of the spirit of the holiday season in it. In that event, we will be handing out hot chocolate and other refreshments. There's going to be multiple areas for you to take photos in with either your friends or family. There's going to be a card making station for those who might not normally receive holiday cards or another type of card this time of year. We're going to be hosting a card making station within this event that if you wanted to come and make a card, we will then gladly take it if you wanted, or you can keep it yourself. But if not, we can take it and then give it to people who might need it this time of year. as a little bit of a boost, because it can be hard for a lot of individuals, even though it is a really good, happy time of year. For others, it can be not the best. So we're trying to make sure everyone enjoys it to the fullest. So that event is on the 15th, or starts on the 15th, but actually goes every Sunday until the 29th. So in total, that's the 15th of December, the 22nd of December, and the 29th of December. And the event is completely free. We're going to have a lot going on in the event. And it's from 6 to 8 p.m. You can come at any point. It's not like it starts at 6 and you have to be there until 8. It's like I said, a walkthrough. So just come at any time between 6 and 8 and we'll get you through. Although it is free, we are asking that if you can, to bring a food item donation for the food bank as well to that event. And then after that, in December, we also have our community caroling event. So for that, again, similar to the Members Parade, we're trying to bring back the community spirit and the community gatherings during the holiday season, especially after the pandemic. We saw a lot of those kind of slow down or disappear. So we're really trying to bring that back. So we're actually hosting a community caroling event this year. And what that is anyone in the community, we're asking everyone to come and join us if you're available. It is on Tibbs Eve, so we're going to have it earlier in the day so that people can go out and still celebrate after. And we're going to be going into a lot of the residential areas that were built for a lot of senior citizens in our community, and we're just going to be going door to door and doing some caroling of some well-known songs.
Amazing. Man, how beautiful, Max. And you're so right. Like we just, our other guest in this episode was Mary Walsh, famed Newfoundland actress and writer. And we spoke to her about what her favorite aspects of Christmas in Newfoundland are. And she remarked on how, it was always those gatherings when people got together so much over Christmas, but that even she noted that there does seem to be a little shift away from that now over the last few years. So I think that's something we all want to see come back. And I think caroling is a great way to just smash right through that door. Just get out there, go on people's lawns, start singing at them.
Exactly.
It's wonderful. So, Max, I've got to ask you a question now. Are you yourself going to make it home here for Christmas this year?
I am. Unfortunately, my last final is on the very last day possible. So I won't get home until around the 22nd of December. So it is cutting it really, really close, but I'll be here in time for the community caroling event, which I'm really excited for, as well as the final holiday house, as well as we do have a few events in January, including our what was known last year as Disney in December. We've now changed to Tea and Tiaras, because it's no longer in December. We've moved it to January, and for that event, we're actually entering a really new, exciting partnership with Vine Place Community Center. So we're gonna bring all of our decorations from the holiday house, bring them over there, spruce the place up like crazy, even though they already have it looking gorgeous. And then we're gonna have like a brunch, tea time style event where we're bringing all of our princesses back from the parade. And they're going to do some live performances, talk with the kids. And this event was our most popular event last year. It sold out within a day, which was crazy. We've never kind of had that interest before. We've had a lot of interest, but it's never been oh my gosh, we're selling out. We have no more tickets. So I'm really excited for that event in particular.
That's amazing, man. I just got to ask you, how do you manage to do all this from over there? You're 4 hours away in a time, by time zone or whatever. You're right in the middle of your final exams right now. What do you have to say about how you're managing to do this on everything you're involved in, and still being able to be so engaged and so well connected, it seems like, with the volunteers here on the ground?
Honestly, it's the volunteers themselves. If they were not as amazing as engaged as they are, it truly would not be possible. I don't know how they're doing it. I'm just on the other side of the country. I'm do this, and then they do it. And sometimes they'll come up to me with ideas, and it's been truly incredible working with all of the youth that are in our group.
Yeah.
And we just keep seeing it growing every year, which is really, really exciting to me. When I started it I was not expecting it to go this big. So it's always kind of like I take a step back and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is
Yeah.
incredible. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, without the incredible team, without my mother, it would not be possible in the slightest. I thank her every day for giving up her living room. Um,
Yeah. She's such a
and
good advocate too, you know what I mean? Like obviously she's definitely picking up some slack if there ever is any, right? Like when as soon as you guys
oh
create
yeah,
these concepts, your mom is the first person out there blasting it out, making sure everybody around
oh
here
yeah.
who needs to know knows about it. And it's very effective, and we love to hear from her. One last thing, Max, before we have to let you go. The Holiday House, which starts up on Sundays, starting this Sunday from 6 to 8. Do you just give out the address, or how does that go?
Yes, yeah. So it's at 12 Viking Place. We are asking everyone just to keep in mind that it is in a residential area. So when you're parking, please don't park in front of anyone else's driveway, just because we want to make sure
Yeah.
everyone can still enter and leave their house, and we don't want to interrupt anyone else's lives. So we do ask, like, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then also, if you can, carpooling is a great suggestion. Something really fun you can do is get in your car with all of your friends and family. Get as many people in as you can safely. It has to be same number of people to this amount of seatbelts you have, but just carpool. And then something we're suggesting is going around before the holiday house event or after and looking at all of the Christmas lights around the community, because we already know that a lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
doing that, and it's something that I personally really enjoy. So yeah, carpooling is a great suggestion, but the address is 12 Viking Place.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Max. We're going to let you get back to your studies now so you can ace your exams and get home just in
Oh
time for
yes.
Christmas. And hopefully we'll run into each other over the holiday season, man. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
And that was our friend Max Pittman all the way from BC. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back to wrap this thing up. Stay tuned. And that's it for this holiday episode. We'll be back next week. Just want to say a special thank you again to Mary Walsh, and make sure you all get out to the Rotary Arts Center to watch the special screening of Christmas Fury. Sure to be a great time. And as well, thanks to our friend Max Pittman for joining us on the line from British Columbia to tell us about his Season of Giving campaign, as well as the Holiday House, which you can all go and check out this Sunday and next Sunday. That's it. We'll be back next Tuesday with another West Talk. Take care.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media. You're watching Rogers TV.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup victories.
Greatness.
And a new legacy begins.
Absolutely amazing.
It has happened in Vegas.
Is not a destination.
And lightning has struck twice.
It is a continuous journey that never ends.
These are the moments you dream of.
Stanley Cup champions.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government support.